Alright. I want to go to the prison first. I want to get introduced to this defendant. Ah, nice jail cell. 19th of February, local prison, cell 9. So these are British prison cells. They're somehow smaller. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon. Oh, I imagine it's like having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruto. You're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding in the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I cat? As yet with no name? Calling me by a number, it's utterly unbelievable. Unjustly unreasonable, I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruto, what do you think is going on here? I have no idea. But I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. I couldn't tell! I think I actually will keep using that same voice for him. Excuse me. Shh! Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right though. So, can I ask you who exactly? There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? He's very expressive. Susato, eyes wide, just like doesn't fucking know how to deal with this situation. We mean you no harm, prisoner-san, are you? Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams.
He's always wanted to meet a Japanese. He's a weeb.
Yeah, what's going on here? Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! Imagine it. It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown. And here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment.
I love him.
Yeah, he's very expressive.
I love him.
Who could have guessed?
Even if he did it. Even if he did it.
You.
Even if he killed someone right in front of us, we didn't see a damn
I will
thing.
defend this man with my life. Who could have guessed that this new client, Lord Strongheart, assigned to us, would turn out to be a fellow Japanese, Nipponese. Ah, what compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Wait. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon! He is a weeb. A first-class lawyer? Me? Well, I mean, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? They're all racist. Alright, that's enough for me. Shan't stay sullen and silent. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. As he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruto. And I am Naruto-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably, notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume. Can't break tradition. Yes! Yes! The symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers. Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side. You'll defend me. Oh, no, sorry. That wasn't why I was showing it. Oh. Then why else would you show me that? Oops. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. It's something about...
Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah, hold on. Something about nom de plume. A nom de plume? No! No! He's English! He is a weeb!
He's a weeb!
That's right, Naruto-san. No, no, no! Don't be prosaic. I'm much more refined than that. And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago I was told to go and study English. No, okay, he is Japanese. First I had to suffer that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pain. You know how fucking confusing the English language is? You could say buffalo, 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 and it's a completely incoherent sentence in the English language. Suffer that misery. Did you not want to study here? Also, do you know how they spell fish? G-H-O-T-I. That's how you spell fish. That is technically a correct spelling of the word fish. It's fucking abysmal. I hate the English language. I mean, I've had a great interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. And haikus work much better in the Japanese language anyway, because it's all based off syllables. It's just a fucking poem in English. Like, it's not as... It's not the same. Haikus work a lot better because a lot of words in Japanese are just a single syllable. Or two, or three, whatever. It's much more blocky language, if that makes sense. No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. I'm a reverse weeb. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it? No. What do you mean? They told me to study English literature. That I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable. I see. So they wanted you to study the entire language. Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi. You must be a man of great standing. Oh yes, so I'm often told. I often like to be told, it seems. Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? Son? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder?! Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife. Right before my eyes! Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I'm not saying another word till my lawyer gets here. And you're here, so I guess I'll keep talking. I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse. The curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient.
Yep, I still love him.
Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Honestly, like, I'm okay with this because, like, the victims and the defendants are usually like the weak links in these cases. You usually don't get a whole lot of character from them. Obviously in the victim's case because they die, but it's still like the cases where they establish the victim before they die is also really cool. But yeah, the defendants are usually they just kind of hang out. They're just like waiting for you to defend them to death. This guy has got a lot of character already. I really like it. Really appreciate it. It was a cursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and was heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure the bookshop wasn't accursed too. As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she fell down dead. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. Oh God. How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard.
We're gonna find out she was actually dead the entire time and something was keeping her upright.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but like the way that he described it, it sounds like she had the knife like in her coat and it was being stopped by something, and like a slight push was all it needed. That, or we're like, no, we're still like, we haven't even gotten to the court case yet, so we probably don't know any of the actual details of the case. Everything we know is probably going to be wrong. The fact that she got stabbed in the back is what interests me the most so far, because I'm just like, well, hold on. I was terrified I had to get away from there, so I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Yeah, that wasn't suspicious at all. That's not good. But they'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. You think I know any is fair? I was gonna say half-brained. Fair-haired English, and a young woman at that. I mean, were you diddling her? Were you diddling the young woman? I'm different, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. Who else did you see nearby? Anybody pass you? Some weird, dark-haired man with a knife came by. No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you and there was nobody else in the street at the time? That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What if somebody was in the building next to them and they dropped the knife and it fell into the woman's back?
I mean, that's an idea.
What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Susaki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did. But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. You! What did you just say? I told you! Nothing. I didn't say anything. Holy shit. I don't like that pose. That gives me anxiety. He feels like he's having a panic attack. Perhaps I said that thought a little loudly. Actually, that's not what I was that was what was troubling me. Oh, I was thinking of, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh. Don't tell me. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck. Oh my god.
Oh no, it's gonna die.
It's over here. It's on the table by my desk.
Yeah, lots to see. What? Are you mad at me?
I just think you're cute. I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his hearty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness, brash, big-headed busybody, be gone! May you be cursed until the end of your days, Herlock Sholmes. I knew it! I'm glad you're back. I missed you. Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes is back.
Or rather, he said Herlock Sholmes. No, converse. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. I mean, we're in Britain, so... It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I thought I'd gotten away with it. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard sheet. What? You're like a fucking Skyrim character. You're like the Skyrim adventurer. You're just like gnawing on a fucking block of cheese. And some man suddenly burst in through the door. They started shouting at me. This is the police. Put the weapon down. Not my cheese. And yes, it was hard. But I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils. You clearly had a very trying morning yesterday. And there he was in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Herlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. Wait, I thought he was German. Yes, the great detective is really very well known. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man. I wonder what great deduction process led him to that conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, the cheese was in the shape of a knife. I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in, and I stabbed one of the policemen. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling. They kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flammery. Flimflammery. Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Learn to speak the Queen's, Japanese. Good point, by my mind, Wayne Blank. I knew I had to answer. Wait a second, I have a question. How long have we, or not we, Britain, how long has Britain had a queen rather than a king? How long has that been going on? Because I feel like that was an accident, right? Like, they had a queen simply because they didn't have a male heir, and they just haven't changed that since then.
I can't remember.
I'm not looking up. I'm not spending time to look up the fucking monarchy of England. Not like it fucking matters, but...
As he pulls out his phone.
Not doing it. I swear to God. So Queen Elizabeth II is the current queen. Holy shit. I opened Wikipedia and she's like, it lists when she became queen of all the Commonwealth realms, and they are, and it's just a list. It literally is just a list. She was queen for Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, Barbados, the Bahamas, Grenada, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Belize, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis. And those are all the ones that she's still queen of. she was queen of at some point in time. Pakistan, South Africa, Ceylon, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Tanganyika, Trinidad, Tobago, Uganda, Kenya, Malawi, Malta, the Gambia, Guyana, Mauritius, and Fiji. She's been queen since 1952. Oh! No, it's just been the one bitch. Because the last person that ruled England was not a woman. It was George V. Or, sorry, 6th. That's an I. George VI. From December 1936 until 1952. He was the last emperor of India. Holy fuck. This bitch has lived so long. Why do we still have a monarchy? Why does England still have a monarchy? I'm not gonna say we, like I'm part of it. Yeah, so did he just, like, not have any other heirs?
Pretty much.
How old is she? They married in 1947. Holy shit. She was born in 1926. I think that literally is the oldest person I've ever met. Or not met, but
You
no.
haven't met her.
I haven't met her, but I met someone the other day that was born in 1930. Like, I took their ID. Stan Lee was born in 28.
I still say the best birthday I ever saw was 4/20/1969.
Yeah. God. I can't fucking believe how old this bitch is. She needs to be the last one on the throne. England is such a backwards country.
Well, they just, what was it? Meghan and Prince.
Well, they're not next in line, though.
No, but when they left, they exposed a ton of secrets.
I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. Heir apparent is gonna be Charles. This is so fucked up. Their son is 72! Like, he's probably gonna take over and then immediately die. He's, like, as old as Biden is. God, I can't even imagine that. That's so old. Britain's fucked up. Like, even if you don't think that it needs to be abolished simply because of the fact that they don't do anything. They just hold all that power and they just don't do anything with the government because they've got a prime minister in the parliament. Like, why keep them around?
Tradition.
It's fucked up. Yeah. I mean, you look at other countries like, hey, well, France used to have a monarchy. Why don't they anymore? Oh, right. They cut off their fucking heads. Anyway, sorry, what were we? Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer. I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. Next thing I knew, I was in manacles, and before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine. He's not fine now. Mr. Naruto Esquire, Oh, you can just call me Naruto. And when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. What did he call us? Yeah, he called us mister. He called us mister. So just say you could drop the Esquire. Oh, yes, alright, yes, they really got to me. This kind of country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Oh, well, why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? How old is this guy? 33, okay, alright. I was gonna say, if he's a student too, I feel like he should be younger. Oh, you're definitely evil. Your first name's Male. Mal Strongheart. You're evil. Mal means bad. You're a bad guy. I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruto-san. I'm not even the foreign student who is supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband, it's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake from a man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I'm doomed, I say. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? Lawyers, all the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me. Goodness, why do you say that? For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. No looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Saseki-san. Anyway, I'm a student from overseas. Just a foreign nobody to them, somebody not to be trusted. Heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say that man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history, and I've learned it's not very great at all. No one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. Wow, isn't that the fucking truth? Like, let's screenshot that for later. So,
They're all racist.
Everybody's fucking racist. Oh, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. Alright, we'll get, fucking Herlock Sholmes on the case. He can speak Japanese, right? I mean, Russian's, like, close to that. You could do it. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Saseki-san, it's just that... Honk honk! Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student, Mr. Naruto Esquire. We should get going then, Naruto-san. We have a case to prepare for.